There was a shooting in Florida today at a school. Now, as bad as that is, and it is always bad, and I sure hope they just put a bullet in the head of the perpetrator, I must admit that I'm pretty frustrated with what the landscape has become politically about things like this. You see, before the blood of the victims had even dried, before the perpetrator had even been apprehended, there were already people on Twitter, such as the mother of misery herself, Chelsea Handler, pushing for more gun control and calling the NRA a terrorist organization without even having the facts on this new shooting. What I find interesting, though, is some of them are making remarks such as, after Trump's next 3 years are up, we need to get somebody in office that isn't bought and paid for by the NRA. I have a question for you. How was it during the 8 years that Obama was in office? How was it enjoying those 8 idyllic, gun-free years? How was it having 8 years of no shootings anywhere ever in the United States? What, did we have a few? We did. Oh, but they were all NRA members, right? What? They weren't all? Well, clearly a majority of them were, though. If you did the stats, a high percentage of them would be, right? What? No? They would. Okay. Well, maybe a very active minority of them, right? No. Well, dang. What leader are we going to get into office then that isn't bought and paid for by the NRA, that's going to stop all of these clearly NRA-funded shootings? I mean, the mind boggles at the thought. Maybe instead we need to stop politicizing these acts, and instead we need to start arming teachers in schools. There are other countries that do this. Oddly enough, it's countries that leftists hate, because we all know that Jerusalem, they actually do arm their teachers. But that's clearly for a more extreme reason. But if the problem's bad enough here in the United States, maybe we ought to start arming our teachers. Because I know for a fact, first of all, this school was in an area that was considered one of the safest areas in the United States. You know what that tells people who are going to commit crimes? If that area is safe, clearly those people are soft. Those are soft targets. If you arm the teachers, guess what's going to happen? School shootings are going to go way down, if not stop completely. Because if you know that you're going to get shot before you even get to make whatever crazy statement you wanted to make, you're not going to go do it. You're not going to go do it. And that there is the solution to the problem. I promise you, Americans, that is the solution. You put a gun in a teacher's hand and you let that teacher know that if there's an active shooter, they're not even going to be charged. The police aren't even going to look at them when it comes to dragging the shooter's body away. That teacher's going to get an award and a monetary prize for taking down the shitbag that decided to come and shoot up a school. I know that you leftists out there, you progressives, I know that you desperately want people to be completely disarmed, because then you hope that they will be as weak as you. But guess what? When America is as weak as their progressive group, other countries are going to start invading. Wasn't there a famous quote by was it a Japanese general that said the main reason we do not invade the United States is because behind every blade of grass lies a rifle hidden. An armed society is a polite society, people. All right, I've got stuff to do. Like, share, subscribe. My daughter on yesterday's video said hit that little bell down there, and she like pointed. So do that too. Hit that bell. If you have any comments, please argue with me in the comments or argue with me on Twitter. I'm on there constantly. I will get your unkind words. In the meantime, goodbye.